Hey, what's up, guys? This video is about choosing the right woman. Now, I've been seeing videos and hearing people saying this for a very long time about, oh, don't date this particular group of people, or women date this kind, and it's been going back and forth for a long time. I understand what you guys are saying, but at the end of the day, you have to date, marry whoever likes you. So I hear this all the time. Oh, white women. I'm like, that's like saying you can now you're stereotyping a group of women and thinking that all of them are perfect. When in reality, you'll get a good woman, a bad woman in any group of women. That's like saying a jaguar. Oh, I was in the jungle and I ran across a jaguar. I thought it was going to eat me, but it just licked my leg and it walked away. Now you're going to tell everybody online, oh, don't worry about jaguars, they're homeless. When in reality, you ran across that one jaguar. You don't know what was going on with the jaguar. He probably was sick, constipated, probably just got through eating, or probably a friendly you don't know, but you had that one experience, and now you're going and telling everybody, oh, all jaguars are peaceful, they're soft, they're safe, they're harmless. Nah, so I understand you guys, get with a Filipino woman or something like that and think that all of them are like that. When I tell you guys before my other videos, man, do your research. At the end of the day, I never ran across a angry, homeless or poor person. They're normally going to act that way because that's all they can afford to do is to be, to be nice. So that's because you married to a white woman or anything like that, and you think that all of them are the same. They're not the same, bro. That's how you end up pulling the wool over your eyes. So don't be so naive to when you run across a female, or you hear, your daddy, your uncle, your brother, your cousins or whatever, or your friends, your next door neighbor saying they praising that one particular type of female, when in reality, he just got him a good one. That's all it is to it, man. Vet these females, run the whole facts, and see what's going on. Ask questions about their past, find out about their past, because their past will tell you everything about them. Some people say, oh, the past is the past. That's like you making a mistake when you was a kid or something like that. You know what I mean? You probably broke your neighbor's window, or you broke your grandma's favorite vase. That's different from, you dealing with a female. She had 80 partners, 80, well, not partners, 80 guys that bent her over. And now that you then found her at the end of the road, and you thinking that, oh yeah, she changed for the better. Nah, man, it don't work that way. That's highly important. That's very different compared to you stealing a piece of candy out the store, or you're breaking your brother's the DVD player or something like that. You know what I mean? That's different. So a lot of them guys who's down bad, who will accept them kind of women, they're in a bad position, and they know they're in a bad position. They just I'm gonna be here for her, and she really cares about me. Now, matter of fact, I watched this video about this Hispanic guy. He literally took in a homeless woman. And I'm gonna say this too. She looked good, but he took her in, and he cleaned her up, and they got married, and they didn't have any kids. This is a while ago, but still. And I'm listening to the story, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, but you have to be cautious about what's going on. You don't know her. I'm assuming he took her to the clinic or whatever, make sure everything's okay. But you don't know her. And I'm going through the comment section, I'm reading the comments, and everybody's like, it's some good comments, but it's not bad, but it just warning him. I'm looking at the chick. She looked crazy as hell. Like, she just looked crazy as hell. You know what I mean? So the guy, he just, he's a simp dude, this is what it is, and he think he just found him a winner. And I'm like, bro, I guess I'm happy for you, but you don't really want to go about it that way. You want to actually take your time and figure her out. So it's one of them things, when you're really desperate, you always gonna make mistakes. Not saying if you're not desperate, you're gonna make mistakes, but when you're desperate, it's 100% you're always gonna make mistakes. That's guaranteed that you're gonna always make mistakes. So guys, stop running around here, going on social media, oh yeah, get you a white woman, or for some reason, I don't hear nobody praising, I don't hear nobody praising the Asians and the Mexican women for some reason, but they always tied to the white guys, but I never hear nobody praising them, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, do your research, take your time, And just because she's a certain kind of female, you know, she's from a certain group of women, don't mean she gonna be, you know, she gonna be the great almighty. That's far from fetched. Now you see a lot of videos, you hear a lot of comments about, you know, black women, and a lot of that is true, but it also comes down to the class of woman. A lot of these people that's doing these reviews, these reaction videos on these particular kind of women, you have to pay attention to, okay, what kind of women are they? Are they low class? Are they middle class? Are they up? You know, are they high class? 95% of these videos are of lower class black women that they're doing these videos on. So for you to say that, oh, all of them are the same, I mean, that's kind of hard to argue, because majority of these videos that's showing them are in a terrible situation, and they let you know how many of them out there are living that kind of lifestyle, you know. So not here bashing them whatsoever, but you know, at the end of the day, it's like, well, you can't really deny it because you're seeing all the evidence. So I understand if you don't want to go to a particular type of group of women, because the majority of the videos you see are them in a bad situation. You know what I mean? That's just what it is, man. So not saying don't go to that group of women. Just be cautious. And I'm gonna say this too: be cautious with everything you do in life, bro. Don't automatically assume that, oh, you know, she's white, or you know what I mean, she Filipino, or she African, you know, she gonna be a great woman. That's far from the truth. You know, that's far from the truth. Do your research, pay attention to how she carry herself, and you're gonna be okay. You know, it's best to make a decision when you have all the evidence you need, right? When you did all the research, right? So look at a private investigator. They get all the information they need, and then they go ahead and they go after the after the case. You know, after they wrap everything up, and then they go ahead and take care of the case at the end of the day. But before they do that, they get all the information they need before they pull the trigger. So let's be honest with that. And I know the guys going to these poor countries. I said it too about the passport bros down bad, because y'all go to these poor countries and y'all think these women are gonna be loyal to you. At the end of the day, you know, it's a transaction at the end of the day. No matter what you want to call it, it's a transaction. This is what it is, bro. But you guys go to these poor countries, and you think the woman gonna be loyal to you. At the end of the day, she gonna be loyal to your wallet, and then whenever the money dries up, she gone. And I'm gonna say this too: even if she's still with you, she there for your money. Let's be honest with you. She's still gonna be doing what she been doing before you came and married her or got a relationship with her. So it's still gonna be like that. That's just how it is, man. So just because you got all the money in the world or whatever, you change her life for the better, or in her family's life, don't mean that she's still gonna be, cheating on you or trying to get over on you. That's just reality. So again, you guys go out there thinking that, oh, she'll be loyal to me because she's poor and I got money, she don't. She's still gonna be doing stuff, bro. This is what it is. So guys, just be aware of what's going on. And I tell you guys all the time, man, just make sure she actually likes you, bro. Don't try to convince a woman to like you. If they like you, bro, listen, they gonna make it easy for you. They gonna be staring you down, up and down. They gonna be wanna always hang out with you. They gonna put forth the effort to always be around. They gonna check up on y'all time. They gonna, you want me to cook for you? You want me to go buy you lunch? They always gonna be offering their services to you. That's how you know she likes you, bro. That's really what it is. So there's no way to negotiate that. They either gonna do that or they not. Now if they don't do that, they don't like you. I understand you got somebody be like, oh, they got one more two to get to know you. I understand that too, but really, if a girl likes you, like I said, all the girls that I didn't dated or messed with, they put forth that effort. Like automatically, I knew they liked me. They didn't give it 90 days or whatever like that for them to warm up to me. No. They showed initiation right out the back. They let me know right out the back they liked me, and they kept that same momentum as it went on. Now some of the chicks I was just Netflix chilling with, they liked me at the beginning, and then they eventually stopped liking me. But those are 3 or 4. That's their behavior. They can never have a commitment, a long-term commitment where they can't be consistent with one guy. They always got to get, always got to sleep around. So the guys that's been dating or that's been out there in the market, y'all know them kind of females. So at some point you probably got feelings for, but after a while, that happens a lot. You get used to it and you just move accordingly. But yeah, like them kind of chicks, they'll like you at the beginning, love bomb you and all that stuff like that, and then couple months later, or maybe a year later, they stop answering the phone call, they stop coming around, and they ghost you. This is how it is. On to the next dude, because they don't have that ability to be consistent with one guy. They like you for a short time, not a long time, and then they go on to the next. So that's pretty much all it is to it, guys. I gotta say this one more time. I don't want to, I'm getting the backlash anyway. But don't go after a particular group of females because of they culture or their skin tone. Mostly because of their skin tone. I'm like, you can't judge a person off their skin tone, or their character. That's what I want to say. Their character off their skin tone. It don't make any sense. You get one white woman, your daddy might have, married a white woman, they've been together for like 30 years. That don't mean you gonna get with a white girl and the same thing gonna happen. You might have a terrible situation, and it all comes down to the class of woman too. And I'm gonna put this out here also. A lot of you guys think of these girls who not doing, who's not living the greatest life financially. She probably only making $30,000 a year. You get a lot of little girls like that as well. Don't think because based off the money she making, the quality of woman she is. Nah, I'm gonna put that out there right now because I think I did a video. I don't know, but you have a lot of rich women. Obviously, they husbands. They get the money from the husband. You get what I'm saying. You get a lot of rich women that be sleeping around. That's common. But you also get a lot of poor women that sleeping around. You get and the women in between. So it don't matter what pay scale she's at to where that's gonna detect if she's gonna be loyal or not. It don't matter if she's rich or poor. They gonna cheat regardless. So don't look at the girls who's working at Taco Bell or something. Walmart, think that she gonna be just sleeping around on you. Nah, it's just at the end of the day, it comes down to the quality of women. I know a lot of guys, they look down on them kind of women, but in reality, it's like, no, you do your research, you find out her track record, and you're gonna see what she about. That's all I'm saying. So don't always go off of, she's white, I'm gonna get her, or she makes a lot of money. She's a executive producer at some producer company, I don't know, some music company or whatever like that. I'm gonna go with her. She guarantees she ain't gonna do me wrong. Nah. At the end of the day, you gotta do your Carfax, your whole facts, and you'll see what's going on. But at the end of the day, I already told you guys what's going on. It's so important to get with a woman who likes you and not the woman that you like. And I promise you, your life won't be so hectic. So anyway, if you got any questions, any concerns, leave them down below. Like, share, subscribe, and no matter what else, take your peace, your pockets, and your purpose.